Here is the first question. Which of the following compounds is most rapidly hydrolyzed by SN1 mechanism? And these are the options. For SN1 reaction mechanism, rate depends on the stability of carbocation formed during the reaction. To solve this question, first of all, you have to identify the carbocation formed from each reactant, and then you have to decide which one is the most stable carbocation. The most stable one will react faster. So let's identify the carbocation formed from first reactant. When this chlorine leaves as a chloride ion, it results in the formation of phenyl carbocation, and this phenyl carbocation is unstable because here positive charge is on sp2 hybridized carbon, and because sp2 hybridized carbon is electronegative in nature, that's why positive on electronegative is unstable. Now examine the second option. When this chlorine leaves as a chloride ion, it results in the formation of allylic carbocation. This allylic carbocation is primary carbocation and it is stabilized by the resonance. So somehow it is stabilized by resonance. Now examine the third option. When this chlorine leaves as a chloride ion, it results in the formation of tertiary carbocation. This tertiary carbocation is stabilized by plus R effect of 3 benzene rings. Now examine the fourth one. When this chlorine leaves as a chloride ion, it results in the formation of benzylic carbocation. And this carbocation is primary carbocation, and this primary carbocation is stabilized by plus R effect of 1 benzene ring. Now compare the stability of each carbocation. The first one is unstable. Now you have to compare between second, third and fourth. The third carbocation is tertiary carbocation and it is stabilized by 3 plus R effect of 3 benzene ring. So this carbocation will be the most stable one, and being most stable, it will react faster. So your option C will be the right option for this question. Now come to the second question. Major product of the reaction is. This is the reaction and these are the options. To solve this question, examine the reactant. Reactant is alkene. So alkene undergo electrophilic addition reaction. Now identify the electrophile in the given reagent. HCl can be broken in H plus and Cl minus. So H plus will be the electrophile. When this H plus attack over the alkene molecule, it results in the formation of carbocation. When this pi bond form bond with H plus, it results in the formation of carbocation. This carbocation will form here. This is the carbocation and it is bonded with two methyl groups. Whenever carbocation formed during the reaction, always check for the rearrangement. Though this carbocation is tertiary carbocation, it is the stable carbocation, but positive charge is present outside the 5-membered ring. And by the ring expansion, we will get 6-membered ring. So carbocation rearrangement will take place by ring expansion. So first of all, number these carbons. I can number this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and this one is 6. Now carbon 5 will break bond with carbon 1 and form bond with carbon 6. In this way, it will result formation of this molecule. Here, this is the carbon 5. It is formed bond with carbon 6. This is the carbon 1, 2, 3 and this carbon 6 is already bonded with two methyl groups. Carbon 1 is also bonded with methyl group, and because the bond between carbon 5 and 1 has been broken, carbon 1 will develop positive charge. Now you will get 6-membered ring. So let's draw the proper 6-membered ring. This is the 6-membered ring. Now number the ring. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now place the substituents. On carbon 6 there are 2 methyl group. On carbon 1 there is 1 methyl group and positive charge is there. In the reaction medium, Cl negative is present This Cl- will attack on this carbocation and it results in the formation of, this is the carbon 6 that is bonded with two other methyl groups. Carbon number 1 is already bonded with one methyl and now Cl has bonded with carbon number 1. So here you will get Cl. Now match your answer with the given options. So here you will get option C will be the right option for this question. Now come to the third question. Arrange the following according to decreasing order of reactivity towards HBr. And these are the options. First, identify the reactant. So reactant contains double bond, that means all the reactants are substituted alkenes. Reactivity of alkene depends on the electron richness, means electron rich alkene reacts faster. Now let's identify the substituents of each alkene. In first reactant, first substituent is R, second is hydrogen. Here this is also R group and this is NH group. In second reactant, this is R group. Next substituent is oxygen. Here is hydrogen and this substituent is again R group. Now come to the third reactant. In third reactant, one substituent is R group, other one is also R, third one is R and the fourth one is hydrogen. Now identify the effect of these substituents on double bond. In first substituent, NH group has lone pair. So it will show plus M effect. R group has plus I effect. Hydrogen has no effect. R group has plus I effect. In second substituent, oxygen has two lone pairs. So it will also show plus M effect. R group show plus I effect. Hydrogen has no effect. And the other R group also has plus I effect. Now come to the third reactant. In third reactant, there are three R groups that show plus I effect. So when you compare electron richness of all these three reactants, you will see in third reactant there is only I effect, while in first and second reactant plus M group is additional. So third reactant will have the least electron density. So here you have to identify in which option third option is given at the least position. So in option A and option B. Eliminate option C and option D. Now we have to compare between reactant 1 and reactant 2. In reactant 1, plus M effect of NH and in reactant 2, plus M effect of oxygen is there. So now you have to compare which group has more plus M effect. In NH, nitrogen is the donor atom and in oxygen, oxygen is the donor atom. So now compare their electronegativity. So oxygen is more electronegative as compared to nitrogen. Being less electronegative, nitrogen can share electrons easily with alkene. So that's why plus M effect of nitrogen will be more as compared to oxygen. That's why reactant 1 will be more electron rich as compared to reactant 2. So your option A will be the right option for this question. Now come to the fourth question. Find Y in the following reaction. This is the reaction and these are the options. So let's try to solve this question. Here alkyl halide is given as a reactant and reagent is given 1 equivalent magnesium in ether. So magnesium gives insertion reaction. This is the reactant that is given. So magnesium will get insert between carbon and halogen bond. There are two carbon halogen bond. So magnesium will get insert to which carbon halogen bond? Between carbon Cl or carbon Br, because there is only one equivalent is given. So here you have to decide which carbon halogen bond is weaker. There is one carbon Cl bond is given and other bond is carbon Br bond. Chlorine and bromine, they both belongs to 17th group. Bromine is present below to chlorine. So when you go down in a group, size of atom increases. So the bond length between carbon and bromine is longer than that of carbon and chlorine bond. Being longer in the length, this bond is weaker as compared to carbon-chlorine bond. So weaker the bond, easier to break. So magnesium will get insert between carbon and bromine. So you will get here magnesium, then it is bonded with bromine. Now next reactant is given D2O. D2O is nothing but the heavy water. So you can split D2O as D plus and OD negative. Magnesium is more electropositive, so it will develop positive charge and carbon will develop negative charge. So positive get attached to negative and negative will get attached to positive. So here deuterium will get attached to carbon and magnesium will get attached to OD negative and it is already attached to Br. So this is the byproduct. Now match your answer with the given options. So here you will see option A will be the right option for this question. Now come to the fifth question. The reaction shown below goes through classical carbocation. What is the major product of this reaction? This is the reaction and these are the options. So let's try to solve this question. As a reagent, HBr is given. HBr can be split as H plus and Br minus. So H plus will get attached to alkene molecule. If H plus get attached to this carbon, you will get carbocation at this position. But if H plus will get attached to this carbon, you will get carbocation at this position. Now compare the stability of both carbocation. Here, if carbocation is formed at second position, because this is the first position to which functional group is bonded and the next position is second position. If carbocation is formed at the second position, it has to face minus I effect of bromine molecule. So because of it, it will get destabilized. So this carbocation will be unstable. Reaction will go through the second carbocation in which minus I group is present at the distance. So this carbocation will be stable and it will further take part in the reaction. Now in the reaction medium Br minus nucleophile is present, it will get attached to this carbocation. But from which side? On the front side, bromine is already bonded. So the next bromine will come from the back side. It will get attached to this carbocation from the back side. Now number the ring to write the IUPAC nomenclature. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So here you can see bromine is present at 1 and 3rd position. So you can eliminate option C and option D in which bromine is present at 1 and 2nd positions. Now you can see both the bromines are trans to each other. So your option A will be the right option for this question. Now come to the 6th question. Identify A, B and C. This is the reaction and these are the options. To solve this type of question, start from the product. So product is given aldehyde. Aldehyde can be obtained from the oxidation of primary alcohol. And primary alcohol can be obtained by the nucleophilic substitution on alkyl halide. This alkyl halide can be obtained by free radical reaction on alkane. So let's start from the product, that is acetaldehyde. This acetaldehyde can be obtained from the primary alcohol. So your primary alcohol will be CH3CH2OH. This primary alcohol can be obtained from the nucleophilic substitution reaction on alkyl halide. Now this ethyl chloride can be obtained by free radical reaction on alkane. So the alkane will be 2-carbon alkane, so it will be ethane. So here we have identified A as ethane, B as ethyl chloride and C as ethanol. So your option B will be the right option for this question. Now come to the 7th question. What would be the product when neopentyl chloride reacts with sodium ethoxide? And these are the options. So let's try to solve this question. First of all, we have to draw the structure of neopentyl chloride. So this will be the structure of neopentyl chloride. When it undergo reaction with sodium ethoxide, the formula of sodium ethoxide will be NaOC2H5. So this reagent can be split into Na plus and OC2H5 minus. First of all, chlorine will leave as a chloride ion. So as a result of it, you will get carbocation. And this carbocation is primary carbocation. So always check for the rearrangement. This carbocation may undergo rearrangement by the methyl shift. This methyl group will shift over this carbon, and as a result of methyl shift, you will get tertiary carbocation. This tertiary carbocation is more stable than that of primary carbocation. So further, it will take part in the reaction. In the reaction medium, OC2H5 nucleophile is present, but because bulky nucleophile act as a base, that means it is going to abstract H plus from the molecule. But which H plus will get abstracted by the base? So here you have to follow Setzeff rule. That means the hydrogen is eliminated from the carbon that is bonded to less number of hydrogens. Here you have to compare between the carbons that are directly bonded to carbocation. So there are 3 carbons that are directly bonded to carbocation. So this carbon is bonded to 3 hydrogens. This carbon is also bonded to 3 hydrogens. But this carbon is bonded to only 2 hydrogens. So hydrogen will be abstracted from this carbon. And as a result of it, you will get double bond. Now name this molecule. For the naming, you have to follow IUPAC nomenclature rules. According to the rule, you have to give the lowest possible number to the functional group. Here functional group is alkene, and you also have to give the lowest possible number to the substituents as well. Here substituent is of methyl. So when we number in this direction 1, 2, 3 and 4. Substituent methyl will get 2 number and functional group also will get 2 number. As there are 4 carbons in the parent hydrocarbon chain, the parent name will be butene and the IUPAC name of this molecule will be 2-methyl 2-butene. So the option D will be the right option for this question. Now come to the 8th question. The compound that will not give iodoform on treatment with alkali and iodine is. And these are the options. For the iodoform reaction, presence of acyl group is must. Acyl group is C double bond O CH3. So let's draw the structure of each molecule to identify which one doesn't contain acyl group. So let's draw the structure of acetone. CH3 C double bond O CH3. So when you see this molecule has acyl group. So this molecule will definitely give iodoform reaction. But in the question it is asked which one will not give iodoform reaction. So here you can eliminate option A. Now come to the second option and draw the structure of ethanol. CH3 CH2OH. This molecule doesn't have acyl group. Now come to the diethyl ketone. C2H5 C double bond O C2H5. This molecule also doesn't have acyl group. Now come to the isopropyl alcohol. CH3CH CH3OH. And this also doesn't contain acyl group. So here you will see there are 3 molecules that do not contain acyl group. But for the one question, 3 correct options cannot be there. So let's go deeper to find out the answer for this question. For iodoform reaction, sodium hypoiodide acts as an oxidizing agent, and this can oxidize ethyl alcohol into ethanol. CH3C double bond O H. Now this molecule contains the acyl group. That means ethanol will also give iodoform reaction. So here you can eliminate option B as well. Now come to the isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol is secondary alcohol. Sodium hypoiodide can oxidize secondary alcohol into ketone. So you will get CH3C double bond O CH3. This molecule contains the acyl group. That means isopropyl alcohol will also give iodoform reaction. So you can eliminate option D. Now we have left with only one option, that is option C. So the option C will be the right option for this question. Now come to the ninth question. What are A and B in the following reactions? This is the reaction and these are the options. So let's try to solve this question. This is our reactant and first reagent is given magnesium in diethyl ether. As we have already discussed, magnesium gives insertion reaction. So there are two carbon halogen bond. One is carbon chlorine bond and other one is carbon bromine bond. So when you compare the bond length, we have already discussed that carbon bromine bond is longer than that of carbon chlorine bond. And being longer in size, it is easier to break. So that's why magnesium will get inserted between carbon and bromine bond. So as a result of it, you will get magnesium here and that is bonded to bromine. Now the second reagent is given acetaldehyde. In acetaldehyde, this carbon is nucleophilic in nature. And here magnesium will get positive charge and this carbon will develop negative charge. So this carbon will attack to nucleophilic center of acetaldehyde and when it attack over here, this pi bond shift over to oxygen and as a result of it, you will get carbon that is bonded to oxygen and it has negative charge. This carbon is directly bonded to hydrogen and CH3. Now second reagent is given ammonium chloride. NH4 positive. This NH4 positive is conjugate acid of ammonia. That means it can donate H plus ions. This molecule will abstract H plus from ammonium ion and as a result of it you will get carbon and when oxygen abstracted H plus from ammonium ion it will become OH. Here hydrogen is already there and here is CH3. So here we have identified this molecule as A and this molecule as B. Now compare our answer from the given options. So when you compare it, you will see option B will be the right option for this question. Now come to the 10th question. What would be the product formed when 1-bromo-3-chloro-cyclobutane reacts with two equivalents of metallic sodium in ether? And these are the options. This question based on the Woods coupling reaction in which two molecules of alkyl halide react with two equivalents of sodium and results in the formation of alkane molecule. First of all, draw the structure of the reactant 1-bromo-3-chloro-cyclobutane. So this is the structure of 1-bromo-3-chloro-cyclobutane. When it reacts with two equivalents of sodium, Cl will be removed as NaCl and Br will be removed as NaBr. This reaction based on the free radical reaction mechanism. So as a result of dissociation of Cl free radical, one free radical will generated over here and another free radical will generated over at this carbon. Now both these radicals combine together and result in the formation of bond. So this will be the product of our reaction. So when you compare your answer with the given option, you will see option D will be the right option for this question. Now come to the question 11. Identify X and Y in the following reaction. And these are the options. Alkyl halide is given as a reactant. So first of all, you have to remove this bromine as a bromide ion and as a result of it, you will get carbocation at this carbon. So let's see what reagents are given for X. There are two options given for X reagent. So let's see what will happen if we take aqueous NaOH. Aqueous NaOH is a strong base. We all know that. When it dissolves in water, it will give you Na plus and OH minus ion. this OH minus ion act as a nucleophile. So when this nucleophile attack to this carbocation, you will get CH3, CH2, CH2OH, and from this alcohol we cannot get our desired product. Now let's consider the other option, alcoholic NaOH. That means NaOH is mixed with ROH. NaOH is a base and alcohol act as a acid. So as a result of it, NaOH will split into Na plus and OH minus. ROH will split into H plus and RO minus. So as a result of it, you will get OH negative ion and RO negative ion as a nucleophile. So there are two nucleophiles in the reaction medium. So which one is a stronger nucleophile? Because a stronger one will take part in the reaction. Hydrogen has no effect, but R group has plus I effect. So it will donate electron density through plus I effect to O negative ion. So because of it, RO negative ion is electron rich as compared to OH negative ion. So that's why RO negative is a stronger nucleophile than OH negative ion. But RO negative is a bulkier nucleophile. That's why it will act as a base. That means it is going to abstract H plus ion from this molecule. So when we are going to use alcoholic NaOH as a X reagent, it will abstract hydrogen from this carbon. So as a result of it, you will get double bond between carbon 1 and carbon 2. Come to the next reagent Y. So for Y, there are two options are given. Either it is HBr or Br2. So if you are going to use Br2 as a reagent Y, so as a result of it, bromine will get attached to both sp2 hybridized carbon and you will get dibromo product. And this is also not our desired product. So here you have to eliminate the option in which aqueous NaOH is given and the option in which Br2 is given. So here we have eliminated both the options. Now other option is given HBr. This alkene is asymmetric and this reagent is also asymmetric. So that's why you have to follow Markovnikov rule. And according to this rule, nucleophile will get attached to the carbon that is bonded to less number of hydrogens. HBr can be split into H plus and Br minus. Br minus is the nucleophile, so it is going to attach to the middle carbon because it has less number of hydrogens. And H plus will get attached to the terminal carbon. So as a result of it, you will get Br will get attached to middle carbon and you will get our desired product. Here we have identified X as a alcoholic NaOH and HBr we have identified as Y. So option A will be the right option for this question. Now come to the 12th question. Consider the following bromides. The correct order of SN1 reactivity. And these are the options. As we have discussed in our previous question, rate of SN1 reaction depends on the stability of carbocation. So first of all, identify the carbocation formed in each reactant. So when this Br will leave as a bromide ion, positive charge will develop at this carbon. So let's draw the structure of this carbocation. Now when this Br will leave as a bromide ion, positive charge will develop at this carbon. So let's draw the structure of another carbocation. Now in the third reactant, when this Br will leave as a bromide ion, positive charge will develop at this carbon and as a result of it, you will get carbocation at this position. Now compare the stability of these carbocations. In first carbocation, there is plus I effect of this whole alkyl group. In the second carbocation, there is plus I effect of methyl group and resonance effect of this double bond. So here you can see plus R effect. In third carbocation, there are two plus I effect from one methyl and this is from other alkyl group. So when you compare the stability of all these carbocation, you will see second carbocation is most stable, while first carbocation is least stable. The most stable one will react faster. So here you will get second option at first position, then third, and then first because it is least stable. Now compare your answer with the given option. So here you will see option C will be the right option for this question.